Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday, happy President's Day. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. In today's video, we're going to talk about two new Shazam images that just dropped this morning. We're going to talk about Zack Snyder and his thoughts on Ben Affleck leaving the Batman role. And then to end the video, we're going to talk about my thoughts on Alita Battle Angel. I was able to see that this weekend. But first, let's go right into these two images that dropped this morning. These images are brought to you by Empire Magazine and David F. Sandberg via his Instagram account at Pony Smasher. If you're not following him, make sure to follow him. He's a really interesting guy to follow. But first, this Empire Magazine shot looks incredible. Really highlights that gold lightning bolt on Shazam's chest with the dark blue / purple fog around it. Really makes the image highlight that emblem on his chest. And it's really cool because David F. Sandberg has talked about in the past how that glow has been achieved by using practical effects. And there's really something special about using practical effects. It's something CGI can't duplicate if done well. We've seen that in things like the Star Wars movies where, there's really something special about the old school Star Wars trilogy where everything was kind of a practical effect versus the prequel trilogy, which was all CGI. Don't get me wrong, CGI is great when done well, and what George Lucas did in those prequels were really groundbreaking, but when things can be done with a practical effect, there's really something special about it. And this suit, this Shazam suit, is really a testament to that, because I didn't think it would look this well. Now, I'm sure this has been enhanced a little bit by post-production or Photoshop for this magazine, but it looks really great. And you can also tell how good it looks because David F. Sandberg also posted a behind-the-scenes look of this same image in that same post, and you see that right here. So you see the same image, Shazam ready for battle at this carnival, and it's without the blue purple tint, but you can still see his that lightning bolt emblem on his chest glowing. His gauntlets are glowing, and it just looks really incredible. I really can't wait for this movie. I've been hyped since day one for this movie, and I really can't wait to get my hands on the Aquaman Blu-ray so that way I can catch the sneak peek of this movie on that Blu-ray. So let me know what you guys think about these images. I think so far this is probably one of the best images we've gotten out of this movie, and it looks really great. That's all I can say. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments below. We also got some promo art, but before I show you some of the promo art, potential spoilers in these next few images. So if you don't want to see them, forward maybe 45 seconds and you'll make sure to skip it. So promo art's coming via Twitter user Mikael Villarreal, and I'm sure I said that wrong or butchered that name, so I apologize for that. But I think he is the artist of these images. And first one, you'll see Shazam and Tawny, and I'm sure we're gonna see that given how they're really digging deep into the Shazam lore, and they're like they're holding no holds barred. Basically, they are giving us all that we can devour with this Shazam character, and this next image is a testament to that, because we see right here the whole Shazam family. So if they're going to give us the whole Shazam family, I'm sure we're going to get Tawny as well. And, this image really highlights the fact that we are going to get the Shazam family in this movie. Just like the toy leaks I've talked about in the past, I think it really highlights the fact that we are getting, they're going for broke in this movie, and I'm really happy they're doing that, because it wouldn't be a proper Shazam story without the whole family involved in it. So this looks cool. And this was kind of the spoiler thing I was talking about. Next image, we got the 7 Deadly Sins. And again, if you've been watching my videos in the past, I was talking about how the 7 Deadly Sins are going to be in this movie in my last 3 or 4 videos. So here's kind of an image. I'm not sure if this is exactly what they're going to look like on screen. Maybe it's one version of how they're going to look like on screen, but this looks pretty cool. Looks like they developed their own language for the movie at the bottom, how you can see kind of a symbol that probably represents all of them. And then last image, you get Dr. Savannah, Mark Strong's Dr. Savannah, with all the 7 Deadly Sins listed right here on one half of his face. So that looks cool. There's some promo images for you. I think my favorite one is probably the Shazam family one, because I'm super hyped to see them on screen together. And I'm really glad we didn't get to see, or so far we haven't seen any of them in any images or footage, because I really want to see that just happen on screen. That's the end of that topic. Let me know what you guys thought about those images. Of course, the highlight is definitely that Empire Magazine shot. So next up, you know, there's been tons and tons of videos on Ben Affleck leaving the role of Batman, and again, we're all still probably processing it. I know some of you guys are happy that he's kind of leaving, but a majority of us here and a majority of us on this channel, I know, support Ben Affleck, and it's really sad that he's leaving, but you know, we have to say our farewells, unfortunately. And Zack Snyder, the man who casted Ben Affleck and believed in him since the beginning, he had this to say on Twitter, or he posted a new image of Ben Affleck in his nightmare bat suit, and he quotes Ben Affleck's opening lines to the movie, and you can see that right here. There was a time above, a time before. There were perfect things, diamond absolutes. But things fall, things on earth, and what falls is fallen. In the dream, it took me to the light, a beautiful lie. Best Batman ever. Thank you, my friend, for blessing me with that fucking glorious chin and an amazing heart. And yeah, this image right here is kind of a highlight of all of our emotions right here. It shows Ben Affleck in his nightmare outfit. It looks like, you know, what we could have gotten from Zack Snyder's original vision, you know, we'll never know. We'll never fully, truly understand. But it's really cool to see him sending kind of a farewell to Ben Affleck. It's almost giving some of us some closure that he's gone. And what he also said on his Vero post was something really interesting, and I don't mean to tease you guys, but I know a lot of you guys on here are, like myself, are big Zack Snyder fans. So he did have some things to say about what he would have done with Justice League. So he didn't go right out and say it. A fan went ahead and asked him this question right here. So on Vero, Rohith Thomas says, "Hello, boss. Do you think we would have gotten a Flashpoint storyline if things were as planned initially?" And Zack Snyder says, "Better." So he's just teasing us that what he had planned for Justice League was going to be better than any Flashpoint movie that we could have gotten. Now, that's a lot. That's some big words right there, because the Flashpoint storyline is one of the most popular storylines in all of DC Comics, and it's something that a lot of fans have been waiting for to be adapted on screen. Now, I'm really glad that it doesn't look like they're going to be going forward with the Flashpoint storyline for the initial Flash movie, if that movie ever gets made. But yeah, I believe it. You know, I did a video on Zack Snyder's original plan for his, what was it, 5-part arc of a movie, and they were quoting basically what Kevin Smith had to say about it, and it sounded like a glorious, glorious set of movies that we were going to get. But again, we are not going to get that. Now we just have to sit here, be glad for what we got, but you know, what we could have gotten, that's always going to be in question. So that part's really sad, but again, I want to keep things on a positive note in regards to the DC universe, because I do think we have some things to look forward to going forward. Though things might change in the future, things are looking good for right now. It's just really sad that, you know, we had to bite this bullet. You know, we had to take it in eventually, that we're going to get a new Batman. So I can't wait for that. I want to see who's going to be taking on the cape and cowl now, and I'm hoping that we get a really great actor to play him. And then we have some more things to look forward to, like Shazam, Wonder Woman, and you know, the new set of movies coming out of this Aquaman franchise. So yeah, that's it for this. Let me know what you guys thought about Zack Snyder's comments here about a potential movie, or what he had coming was better than Flashpoint. So let me know what you thought about that. With that, let's move on to the last topic of today, and that is my thoughts on the new movie Alita Battle Angel that came out this weekend. I haven't read the original manga, but I do want to know if any of you guys have read that. I want to know what you guys thought about it. But what I thought about this movie, you know, not having read any of the original source material, I thought it was a really beautiful movie. I thought the action sequences were some of the best action sequences that we've gotten in a long time. And I thought this movie could have been so good, but it really wasn't. And that's due to, at least for me, and that's due to the terrible dialogue in this movie, and the cringeworthy romance scene, and lastly, the fact that it was setting so much up for a sequel that it didn't quite land the ending that it should have. had in this movie alone. And we really had some talented actors in this movie. You know, Mahershala Ali, Jennifer Connelly, Christoph Waltz, all really great, talented guys, or talented actors. And I feel like there was not enough character development in the movie, so you didn't really care so much for these characters. And there were definitely some plot holes in this movie. And it's really funny because this movie was such a long movie. It felt like such a long movie. I don't think it was the longest movie ever, but it felt like it was a long movie. It felt dragging at points. And with all the time it had to make us love the characters, it didn't quite land, you know. So I think it focused a lot on this love story that had the most cringeworthy dialogue that I've heard in a long time. That it didn't have enough time to develop the other characters. And it's quite a shame because the characters that were there, I thought had a lot of potential. And don't get me wrong, I want to see more of this because this, again, I think alone, just from a visual perspective and a story perspective, I see where they were going with this, but it didn't quite land. You know, the villain, it was more set. The villain wasn't quite the main villain. It was, again, it was setting up for a future movie to give us answers to a lot of questions. The actor, I forget the actor who plays Alita. She is great. You know, I don't think I've seen her in any other movie before, but the motion capture she did for Alita, amazing. And again, I really want to highlight the action in here. It's really incredible. And if anything, I'd say go watch it for that. Maybe watch it on a Tuesday when movies are a little bit cheaper. I'm not sure if that's the case where you guys are, but it is for me. Tuesdays, movies are a little cheaper at my theater, so maybe watch it on a Tuesday night. You'll be entertained for sure, but there were just times where it was supposed to be serious. The dialogue was supposed to be moving, and I just chuckled because I was like, you can't be serious. Someone actually wrote this. So again, I thought it was a beautiful movie with a lot of potential, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite get you as hooked as you could have been if the writing was better. So that's my thoughts on Alita Battle Angel. If I had to give it a score out of 10, I'll probably give it a 6. But it was definitely worth watching, definitely due to the action and visuals. So if you've seen the movie, try to keep it spoiler-free, I guess, for now. Let me know what you thought about Alita Battle Angel in the comments below. And I especially want to hear from you guys if you've read the original source material, because I haven't. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you can, if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell for notifications for our future videos. Thank you guys again for watching. I will catch you guys later. Peace.